This is the Rocky Mountain Dragon, Atiba, and you're listening to RMP Radio.
RMP Radio is back on the air. Hi, I am Mr. Fourth Row. Joining me once again on this episode of RMP Radio, I've got the Encyclopedia of RMP, Lucas Bradwell. Lucas, how you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Once again, it's always fun to do these shows with you, discussing all the big stuff going on here at Rocky Mountain Pro. And once again, we got another big event to talk about, as it's one of the kind of the original pay-per-views going back to our NRW days. It's Never Broken, this kind of the springtime annual event.
Yeah, and talking about big, I mean, noticing today, just going through the matches, reviewing, 8 is great. We've got 8 matches for Never Broken.
A huge card, unbelievable. Once again, another WWE ID match is going to be a big one. We got title matches all over the place. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to discuss and dive into everything that we got going on.
Hey, and speaking of which, why don't we start right there with the WWE ID match, because there's a lot going on with the WWE ID. They're starting their tournament to start crowning champions. So this is maybe a great place to start here for us. Which is our next one that we get to host at one of our big Mile High events. We got Timothy Thatcher taking on Cappuccino Jones. We talked about Timothy Thatcher before on one of the previous WWE ID matches that RMP has got to host, but can you fill in, talk about Cappuccino Jones?
Yeah, Cappuccino Jones this guy is very much, you would take it from what his name is, Cappuccino, very high energy, highly caffeinated. The guy he's a hard hitter though. So Timothy Thatcher is going to have another tough test, just like he did with Gal Gadot at the last event at Aces Wild. This one, maybe even a little bit better of an athlete is Cappuccino Jones. Also, very charismatic guy.
Yeah.
Very charismatic. Is a great promo guy, great personality. This is going to be an entertaining matchup. And yeah, you talked about this ID tournament that they're going to have for the first ever WWE ID Championship, and that starts WrestleMania week out in Vegas, and so they're going to, people are already ramping up for that one. We've got other WWE ID guys that have already graced Rocky Mountain Pro. Ace Williams, well, we're going to talk about him later on, but he's ramping up for this WWE ID tournament. It's a big deal, that all these top WWE ID prospects, they're gunning for it, and these showcase matches are a great way to kind of get ramped up for this tournament. And this is going to be a big one. So, this is a great for Rocky Mountain Pro. It's great for these WWE ID guys. And, it's great for the fans that get to watch it. These are guys that are going to, be stars, and you get to see them, basically before they make the big leap. So this is a just great as wrestling fans to be able to watch something like this.
Yeah. So 2 things. You just said, get to see these before they become the stars, and you don't necessarily have to wait for the WWE tour to roll around in your city. You can already see somebody that's going to probably be there.
Absolutely. It's not a guarantee that these guys are going to make it, but
right.
These are guys that are already on WWE's radar. They're already, fairly big names in the independent circle. So this is a great opportunity to get to see some of the best talent out there. We've already got some of the best talent here at Rocky Mountain Pro already, and then you just add these guys from all over the country. It's just great. It makes for great wrestling.
Yeah, and then talking about these tournament matches that they're holding to crown the WWE champions, some of those are going to be held in the local promotions around the independent promotions around the country. What do your sources say about RMP maybe hosting one of these?
From what I've been told, it's a very good possibility that there will be a tournament match coming up sometime in the near future. So definitely look forward to that. A lot of big things happening for Rocky Mountain Pro that we can talk about later on in the show. But yeah, that's just one of the things that's been kind of percolating out there. Yeah. Got to get my coffee jokes in with cappuccino,
Yeah, gotta hit that, but I mean, yeah. so exciting that the possibility could be there, and after already holding two of these, and for the future, and it's gonna be the busy season for Rocky Mountain Pro, and just if this can be added in there somewhere, oh my God, the fans are gonna be in for a treat.
Correct. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait for this one, and for all the talent that's gonna be coming through to Rocky Mountain Pro.
All right. So one of the next matches we ought to talk about, just kind of randomly looking at the card that we've got. Let's talk about all the happenings with this one. This is a lot that's been going on. We've got Remy D taking on Jason Bravo. I mean, a lot of going on here. I mean, talk about that.
Well, that Jason Bravo and Remy D, they're history kind of goes back a few months. You look at both of them were very closely tied to D'Lo Brown, and there was somewhat of an alliance there at one point between Remy and D'Lo and Jason Bravo. Bravo, though, got a little too big for his britches. Took some of his authority a little too much. Especially for Remy D's liking. I remember when there was the kind of the Brew Remy D situation. Jason Bravo kind of made his decision clear that he was kind of siding with Brew. Basically turned his back on Remy, and that was kind of the start of this whole feud. And Remy has been trying to get retribution, and now you kind of add in the added factor of the Tortured Souls, and this kind of new look Tortured Souls with Kevin Eckerd and Mont Vito now in the mix. So Remy has to kind of have his head on a swivel. We did see that he kind of formed an alliance with Choppa City, who has had their issues with the Tortured Souls as well. That big 6-man tag the other night on Charged. But now Remy D finally gets a one-on-one match against Jason Bravo. And we know what kind of violence that Remy D can get to, especially when you push him to his limits and really get under his skin. When he wants retribution, Remy D is as violent and is as dangerous as anybody that we have in Rocky Mountain Pro. And so Jason Bravo, I hope you know what you're in for, because this Remy is probably different than the Remy that you knew before. This Remy is one that we don't always get to see, but when we see it, it's a scary sight.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I can see that Remy D just hopefully he goes in this with eyes everywhere, because like you said, with the Tortured Souls maybe lurking around, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, and hopefully Choppa City will be in the back somewhere, kind of watching his back as well. We know they've kind of have formed this alliance with Remy, so Yeah, this is going to be an interesting situation, but on paper it should be a very good match.
Yeah.
Jason Bravo. I think a lot of people kind of look at his boisterous attitude. He likes to talk a lot, but we forget sometimes that this guy is a very skilled wrestler in the ring. He can be dangerous as well. Remy D, we know what kind of wrestler Remy D is. Remy D had a great year last year, looking to continue it this year. So yeah, this should be a good wrestling match if we can keep it to just a one-on-one contest.
Right. Yeah. So true. All right. So next we've got here. Let's pick another match out of the card that we've got. We've got the I guess it's called the Law Office Gauntlet. It's got Brew versus Cookie Wright. What do you can tell the listeners about this whole situation going on here?
Well, this kind of goes back to when Brew first decided he was going to defend his then NRW championship against Dylan Anderson, the American Eagle of the Law Office. And ever since then, there's been a lot of things with the Law Office, a lot of things that they've done. Some of it even involving Lola, who she took out Noel, which caused Brew to try to get retribution against the Law Office for what happened to Noel, and it has kind of spilled over to the entire Law Office. And now Preston has kind of decided that, well, Brew, if you want to get that NRW championship back, you've got to go through all members of the Law Office. And not only that, but if you lose, you're done. Your career is over with. Yeah. And it's a almost a kind of a full circle type thing, a little ironic even, the fact that you remember what happened about 9 months ago or so, that his best friend, his tag team partner, Echo, had a career match where he lost his career at Milestone last year, Milestone 14. So it's one of those matches that it's almost kind of like history repeating itself. At least it looks like it. So he's already went through Eric Reyes. Already defeated Eric Reyes on charge. So now Cookie Wright is the next one in Brew's way from him getting a chance to get his NRW championship match back, or championship belt back. This is going to be a different than Eric Reyes. Eric Reyes was a striker, a little bit more kind of even like a mixed martial arts guy. Cookie matches up pretty well against Brew. They're both big individuals, strong guys, like to use the power moves. This is going to be kind of what we call a good old-fashioned Haas fight, I believe. And this should be a hard-hitting matchup. But Brew, if he gets past it, he will get that NRW championship match against Dylan Anderson. But there's a part of me that worries. He loses, he's done it. We don't get to see Brew, and I that would not be good for Rocky Mountain Pro. I think we are a better roster, and we are a better company with the Buffalo Brew. And there's a part of me that still considers Brew a good friend. He was a commentary partner of mine on Ignition, and I really got to know Brew over the years. And even though we kind of, fell out this past year or so, I still want to see Brew succeed, and I don't want to see him lose his career. So I hope that he can overcome this. I just worry about Preston, and I worry about the Law Office. We know what those guys are capable of. So this is a kind of a worrisome situation for me and Brew.
Yeah, I understand that you're worried, but about the Law Office. However, Brew does have the Tortured Souls there that could probably back him up and negate them.
That's true. They're going to be a busy bunch, with between Jason Bravo and Brew. It's going to be a busy night for the Tortured Souls. And can they stay focused? That's going to be a big question.
Yeah. And then another thing that, maybe could tip the odds in Brew's favor is Brew does have the experience factor.
He does. He does have the Cookie is still relatively a newcomer, although no longer a rookie.
Right.
He is still fairly young, only into his second year. Brew with 6 or 7 years should have the experience, and he's had big match experience, which you cannot duplicate that.
Yeah, big match experience, Brew.
Yeah.
All right, so next on here, we're coming up with some matches that are going to really put the Never Broken moniker and stretch it to its limits. First one I've got here is the street fight, Briscoe Crown versus Orn Veidt. Oh my God! I mean the last charge. Oh my goodness, was that something? I mean, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's Orn Veidt has always had a reputation, obviously, as being a deathmatch specialist, but deep in his core, he considers himself a professional wrestler, and he's a very good professional wrestler. What I don't like is this change in attitude. Is Orn Veidt's blaming everyone else for what's happened to him and kind of poor me. I wanted to come back as a wrestler and they wouldn't let me. I had to go outside and wrestle death matches but he's made some questionable decisions over the past years. So, he decided that he was going to align himself with Preston as an associate and some other questionable things. And he's the one who's decided he was going to turn his back. He had a protege in Bryce 5 that he's been kind of mentoring, and he even decided to turn his back on Bryce 5 and kind of cross that line. And Briscoe Crown is not one to allow anyone to disrespect him or disrespect others around and to to try to be a bully. And that's kind of what we've seen out of Orn Veidt. We know Briscoe Crown is not afraid of anyone. Briscoe, we all remember that short feud that he had with Damon Ace not too long ago. That thing got very violent. And Briscoe did not back down from Damon Ace whatsoever. And he's not backing down from Orn Veidt either. But this is a little bit of kind of unfamiliar territory for Briscoe Crown. He's not used to these street fights, no rules, basically fight anywhere in the arena, use weapons. But Briscoe, he's capable of it. It's just not his forte. So there's a part of me that says that the advantage goes to Orn Veidt because he's obviously well versed in this style of matchup. Orn Veidt says this isn't what he wanted. This isn't the kind of match he wanted. I don't know if I personally believe that. I think he loves and embraces these kind of matches as much as he tries to tell everyone that he wants to just be a wrestler. I don't know that I buy that.
I do kind of agree with you. I'm going to flip it a little bit there. You say that Orn Veidt might have a little bit of advantage, but it is March Madness time, and we all remember how with Briscoe Crown of his incredible run at this time of year that he can just maybe draw on that madness and maybe pull out the victory in this match.
Yeah, the bracket buster. He is still there. I mean, that part of him is still there, but I don't think we can really call Briscoe Crown the bracket buster or a Cinderella or an underdog. He's accomplished so much being a former charged champion. I don't think anybody takes him lightly anymore. I don't think that Orn Veidt takes him lightly. Orn Veidt's just trying to, for whatever reason, prove a point. What that point is exactly, I don't know. But this is going to be a violent matchup. It's going to be a dangerous matchup, but it's going to be entertaining, and it could go either way. I really don't know who's going to come out on top, but it should be a very competitive don't even want to call it a match. It's a street fight. What it's called. It's going to be a fight, and we're going to see a different side of Briscoe Crown in this matchup.
Yeah. So fans, be ready for anything. Be ready for it to come towards you, near you, around you. Keep your head on a swivel.
Yes, very much so.
All right. Hey, and just like I said before, another match that is really putting the moniker of Never Broken, on hand in this match. That's the NRW Championship match. Champion Dylan Anderson versus Zamore. They have been going back and forth for quite a long time. Zamore's been doing a lot of rescuing people, and because of what's been happening with Dylan, and now they're finally going to get in the ring and go, compete for the championship here. Yeah,
this is another matchup that kind of the history of these two goes back a little ways. This has been kind of an ongoing feud for almost 6 months now between Dylan Anderson and Zamore, and it all kind of started with Dylan Anderson, basically snapping the on this post-traumatic chicken wing disorder or whatever the hell he calls it, slapping the chicken wing on everybody, including me. And Zamore kind of tired of it, tired of Dylan Anderson using that as an excuse, using his military background as a reason for him acting like a lunatic at times, and Zamore is finally fed up. They've had a lot of fights and fighting everywhere in the back, and now this time it's actually a match for the NRW Championship. So not only can Zamore get a little retribution and some revenge against Dylan Anderson, but he can also get some gold in the form of the NRW Championship. And this match is right up Zamore's alley. He's had NRW Championship matches before, and I think this is one that he's ready for. And I think there's some added incentive that it's in the form of a guy that he doesn't like in Dylan Anderson. So I think that helps Zamore, give him a little extra incentive. So, but once again, you've got the law office. Who knows? I know it's going to be a busy night for them as well. But Preston, he's going to be a busy man. He can be on the outside. Who even knows what Lola? We know that Lola's not above getting involved in other members' matches as well. So once again, an opponent of the law office has to keep their head on a swivel. Yeah, there is so many factors that I hope Zamore has been doing some scouting and thinking about before he steps in the ring here with Anderson. Yeah, he's and Anderson is so unpredictable, and we forget that this guy he defeated Brew, who was at the time was probably one of the most unstoppable and maybe dominant NRW champions that we've had, and Dylan Anderson was able to match his intensity, match the violence. That shows you Dylan Anderson is going to be a very tough man to beat. If you beat Brew, that means you're as tough as they come. Yeah. All right. Next, we've got the Lockettes Championship. Big Daddy Mo versus Chaparita Gemini. This got set up at Aces Wild, our first all women's Aces Wild, which was so fun to watch, so fun to experience, so fun to just see that, and it was a good thing. It was a good, nice change of pace for Rocky Mountain Pro to have an all women's, all Lockettes Aces Wild pay-per-view back in January. For sure. It was a great pay-per-view. Great that the Lockettes got to have a chance to kind of showcase what they're all about. And it was great seeing Chaparita Gemini make her return. She was a young kind of up and comer when she was first with us a few years ago. Took some time off from Rocky Mountain Pro, continued to hone her craft, wrestling around the country, and also out of the country in Mexico, and really, I think what we saw at Aces Wild was the best Chaparrita Gemini that we've seen. And it was evident because, she ended up winning the thing. She was beat Lola Yara, beat C-Rex, and she has shown that she's a tough competitor, regardless of how maybe diminutive in size she is. She's a smaller competitor, but man, she can go. She's got a lot of heart and just very skilled in the ring. But Big Daddy Mo, I think this is the match Big Daddy Mo wanted. I think she's kind of getting sick and tired of Lola Yara, and we'll talk about Lola here in a second as well, as Lola still believes that she is going to be in this matchup instead of Chaparrita Gemini. But Big Daddy Mo wanted this matchup. I think she wants to see kind of how far along she's come as a wrestler. Chaparrita Gemini would be a great test of that, because Chaparrita can really wrestle, and so Big Daddy Mo will get a chance to kind of see just how far along she's come. But then you've got Lola, who she thinks that Chaparrita Gemini is not going to be able to compete because of this this arm. We know that Lola has tried to take out all of her opponents with that Peruvian sunlock. She's injured people's arms, and Chaparrita Gemini said she's 100%. She's ready to go. Whether or not she'll be there, I believe she will be. I have no doubt that she is ready to go. What do you think? Is this all just games from Lola, Mr. Fourth Row?
Well, it's seeing what Lola has been doing, this entire time that this match has been in the works, and then one of the most recent, I think, was in fact just the last Charged episode that we saw. She was a little upset that all you gotta do is ask for a match. Why can't I get a match when I'm asking for it? I mean, I just kind of look at Lola being just an outside factor that could influence this match, the outcome of this match, and maybe she is even just maybe she's going to influence she wants to make the winner be somebody that she knows she thinks she can defeat for a future title shot at the Lockett's Championship.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Lola. She is perhaps the greatest Lockett that has never won the Lockett's Championship. And I believe that she probably has deserved to win that match, or win that title. But the fact is that for whatever reason, it's just it has eluded her every time she's had an opportunity. She comes up short, whether it's something else happening or just gets caught off guard. For whatever reason, she's just not able to quite get there. And I think a lot of people are frustrated with the fact that it seems like she's always getting opportunities after opportunities, with Preston, pulling some strings and putting her in the best position. And yet it just hasn't quite been enough. And I don't know if I just don't know if it's just something that she might be like the Dan Marino of the Lockett's division. Dan Marino is considered one of the greatest quarterbacks in history, but people don't put him as the GOAT because he just never won the championship, and that's kind of how I feel about Lola. And I think that she needs to just let this match happen. If it's Chaparrita Gemini that comes out on top, well, then maybe she gets a chance against Chaparrita. If it's Big Daddy Mo and is able to retain, well, then we can, revisit that rivalry once again down the line if she earns another title shot. So I feel that she has to accept the fact Chaparita Gemini earned this spot, and Lola's got to just kind of wait her turn once again.
Yeah, even with all the shenanigans that her and the law office or Preston, tried to, at Aces Wild, with that whole shenanigan right there in that particular match. But Lola still couldn't gain that title shot at Aces Wild.
Yeah, she's had opportunities. I know Preston's doing his best to do his lawyer thing, but I just feel that competition has to win out. And the competition right now is Chaparita Gemini. She won that title shot fair and square, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah. All right. Next, we've got the RMP Tag Team Championship champions, Pretty City Express versus JK Pop. Arguably or not arguably the best tag team in Rocky Mountain Pro history. JK Pop wanting to regain those championships. What do you have to say about that?
I think you said it quite clear. I don't even think it's arguably. I think they are the greatest tag team in Rocky Mountain Pro history. I know there's going to be some people that are going to have possibly the Left Coast Gorillas, possibly the Tag Dudes. There's some others I guess you could put in there, but just their reign. And they've been doing it now for 5 years plus as a team. That's really the longest kind of stretch that we've seen of a tag team in Rocky Mountain Pro. Even though they weren't the tag team champions that entire time, what they've been able to do and just continually, they even seem to be getting better. Mr. Fourth Row. We thought that maybe them kind of being on the outs there for a while. They weren't able to team for a while. We thought maybe that was going to affect them, but what I've been seeing is that they've been getting better. They seem to be even more on the same page than they ever have been before. Even with all the distractions from the law office and everything they've been dealing with, but with that group and Preston. They've been able to overcome it, and and they get another shot at Pretty City Express, which they deserve because the law office, cease and desist in particular, cost JK Pop a chance to regain those titles. So yeah, they've definitely earned that. But the Pretty City Express, I don't think that we talk enough about this team. They are just so darn good. As much as JK Pop and Choppa City kind of get a lot of the discussion, a lot of the flowers in Rocky Mountain Pro, deservingly so, Pretty City Express has just been so impressive. These guys, their attitudes are not what you would want out of champions, but everything else about these guys they're just tremendous athletes. They are so smart in the ring, just a well-oiled machine. Maybe they're almost as much on the same page with one another as Caden Koyama and Johnny Casanova, and that's saying a lot because we know that those two are like brothers, but Class and Reno are almost as cohesive as those two. So that's why this tag team match could potentially be a match of the year candidate. I'm going to go out and say it. I'm going to say that this match has the potential to be a match of the year candidate. You can go ahead and put me on record for saying that. It may not be. Who knows? JK Pop may be able to pull out a quick victory and take back the tag team titles, or Class and Reno have enough talent to be dominant. and maybe dominate JK Pop. That could happen. But I just see this to be such a competitive matchup, and knowing how great both these tag teams are, there is a potential for this to be one memorable matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, ever since Pretty City Express has came to Rocky Mountain Pro, they have just been on an upward, movement, and they've, pretty much in every single match that they have been into, they've gotten the job done. Cliche, said and earned and proven, and like I said, I mean, I do agree with you that this could be a match of the year candidate. It's you got two teams that do work and shown that they've worked real well together. If you follow Pretty City Express and other places they have traveled around the country, they're doing the darn same thing everywhere they go. So it is, something that we've seen in person at Rocky Mountain Pro, and just following there out on the socials and the interwebs and everything like that. This is a kind of a toss-up. You never know what how this one's going to turn out.
Totally agree, but I can't wait for it. It's going to be a great match. I know my fellow dudes on the Dudes and Belts. This is going to be a match they're looking forward to. We know how much of a fan Coastal Crusader is of the tag team division, anyways. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be a talked about matchup, I believe.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, and finally, but not least, we've got the RMP Championship. The champion Damon Ace versus Ice Williams, WWE ID prospect Ice Williams. These two have faced off a few times before. RMP Championship on the line here at Never Broken. What do you see? What do you feel on this one?
Oh man. I just talked about a match of the year candidate. You might have another one here with this one. Ice Williams and Damon Ace. I had the privilege of calling that match a few months ago. I was a YouTube exclusive, mm-hmm. and it was a terrific matchup. I believe both of these men have gotten even better since this matchup. We've seen Damon Ace have a couple title defenses already since then. Ice Williams has had more victories in the WWE ID showcases around the country. He's one of the favorites to win that tournament that we mm-hmm. talked about earlier. Yep. Yeah, he's a one of the guys I think that's kind of almost a kind of a lock to make the leap to the bigger show eventually. So you've got, in my estimation, two of the most talented guys in all of independent wrestling right now.
Yeah.
Damon Ace. What more can you say about the guy? He's so dangerous and sadistic, but at the same time, he is so damn good in that ring. You just watch him, and he can do anything you want to do. You want to have a fight, he can have a fight. You want to have a wrestling match, you can have a wrestling match. Yeah, he can just do it all. And Ice Williams, one of the greatest athletes that I've witnessed coming into Rocky Mountain Pro. The guy's just an amazing athlete. What he's capable of doing in that ring, so smooth. This could be, like I said, another match of the year candidate. We've already got probably at least a couple on this card, and this will be the main event. I don't know if I have a prediction. I can't ever bet against Damon Ace. You just can't. Damon is, every time that I've thought that maybe someone had his number, we thought Mercury Yaden had his number, right?
Yeah.
And we witnessed that just brutal matchup at Bierstadt Lager House just a couple weeks ago. That match was brutal, and that might be the one thing that Ice Williams can capitalize on, is that maybe that match, since it was only just a couple weeks ago, maybe that match took enough out of Damon Ace to kind of soften him up just a little bit. I know that kind of sounds crazy, but what I witnessed those two go through at that match at Bierstadt, I don't see how Damon Ace could be 100% going into this matchup.
Yeah, I agree. And on the flip of that a little bit too, what a thing would it be if Ice Williams did win the RMP championship and I guess take it on the road with him to all of his other WWE ID showcase matches. I don't think any of the I don't know if I've seen it. I mean, it could be possible, but I don't know if I've seen anything. Is any of the WWE ID prospects won any of these championships in the showcase matches across the country and all the independent promotions?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I don't believe so. Yeah, it would be regardless. That would be huge for Rocky Mountain Pro. It also would be huge for Ice Williams.
Yeah.
Because Ice Williams can then say, "Look, I am now the champion of one of the top promotions in the country at Rocky Mountain Pro. Look who I had to defeat to get that. You get a win over Damon Ace. That's there's really not a bigger victory than beating Damon Ace. It just how many people in this company right now can say they've defeated Damon Ace? Not very many.
Not many.
Not many at all.
Even less for the RMP championship.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, nobody's done it.
Yeah,
he's been the champion. He's been a dominant champion since October.
Yeah,
and so yeah, he's he is the definition of dominant right now. So if Ice Williams can pull this off, it would be a huge feather in the cap for this young man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this match. I'm looking forward to the whole card. Honestly, we just talked about each one of these matches, and I'm thinking about it. This is as stacked of a card as we've had in a long time.
Yeah, 8 matches, people. 8 matches, listeners. That's amazing to have that many matches. Even on a Mile High event, as Rocky Mountain Pro has.
Well, it's not even the 8 matches. I mean, we've had 8 matches on a card, but it's the quality of the matches.
Yeah.
I mean, every single match has has some history behind it, has some extra zip behind it, and this is what pay-per-view matches, pay-per-view events are supposed to be like. They're supposed to mean something. They're supposed to have some anticipation, and that's what this Never Broken is going to be. It's going to be highly anticipated. The crowd is going to be. It should be a great crowd. Already heard that we've got a lot of pre-sales. Seems like there's a lot of tickets already been sold. So if you haven't already gotten your tickets, I would not wait. Go to rmpwrestling.com. Get your tickets now because we're already starting to get some ticket sales. Yeah,
it's seeing the pre-sales myself too. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. It should be good weather to come out to the Golden, Colorado area of Denver. The Denver metro area into Colorado, the foothills, and see Rocky Mountain Pro put on this event. Like you said, rmpwrestling.com, click on that events link. If you just happen not to be able to attend because of time or distance, there also is, of course, on YouTube, you'll be able to see this if you are a subscriber to our YouTube at youtube.com/Rocky Mountain Pro. Very, very minimal. You pay for once, you get the whole month of all the exclusive matches that we mentioned before on YouTube, as well as the pay-per-views that go from month to month, and everything else that we do on there as well. And it's well worth it, I would say.
Absolutely well worth it.
Yeah. Well, we should not neglect, because this is going to be a big weekend and for Rocky Mountain Pro, and the Never Broken moniker, I think, even extends to the next day after Never Broken. You want to see the fallout, some of the fallout from Never Broken. We're heading up to Cheyenne for the first time this year, up at Cheyenne, Wyoming, at the Event Center at Archer. We got D'Lo Brown going to be there. Al Snow's going to be there. Marty Casaus is going to be there, as well as all your favorite Rocky Mountain Pro superstars. What else, Lucas, about Cheyenne?
We're going to be taping episodes of Charged, as you mentioned. We actually already know that there is going to be a Charged championship matchup up there, as it's going to be Lord Mitchell Taylor challenging Two Scoops for that newly reinstated Charged championship. So we know that match is going to take place. There's going to be some other surprises for sure. Mm-hmm. So definitely don't want to miss this. If you're up in the northern Colorado area, you're in Wyoming, get up to Cheyenne, Wyoming, the Archer Event Center at Laramie. That's going to be a great event. Always a good time when we're up in Cheyenne.
Yeah, and heck, let's even say, even if you're in the Denver Metro, it's only, depending on where you're at in the Denver Metro, for me, it's, about an hour and change, Denver, Central Denver, maybe 90 minutes. It's not that, it's not that bad. And this experience, the events that we've had at Archer up there, they have been, like the kids used to say, it's off the hook.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's fun. It's fun for us.
Yes, absolutely. It's a great time. Love it up there. I can't wait.
Yeah, and same thing. If you want to get tickets to that, I think we probably have a link on our website that goes up to theirs. If you just do a search, and we've been putting it out on our social medias. So if you look for the Cheyenne show in our social media, there's a link to purchase tickets. And some of the tickets start at $5.
Yeah, great,
wow.
great value. There are other options. You can get a private table. Mm-hmm. If you're with a group, get your own table right at ringside. A lot of great things. They got a great concession area. So definitely a lot of features up there.
Yeah, and I'll put this out there. If listeners, if you are listening to this and respond back to me, if you buy a ticket and you are seated at ringside, and if you just happen to be sitting in the fourth row, I'll come take a picture with you or an autograph, whatever you want.
I'll throw mine out there too. You get to be with the journalist and Mr. Fourth Row. How's that?
I think that's a deal. I think that's sold.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Lucas, I think that's a great place to put a nice good old purple Rocky Mountain Pro purple bow on this episode of that. Get the listeners hyped up for the Never Broken weekend that we've got coming up. Before I do let you go, remind the people, if they want to follow you out there on the interwebs and the social medias and follow everything that you do, where could they do that?
And really quick, I also want to remind everyone that our weekly show Charge switches to Thursdays.
Right.
Starting this upcoming week, so Thursdays instead of Tuesdays.
Thursday the 27th.
Thursday the 27th. Just want to put that out there. Thursday the 27th, Charge. And the Dudes and Belts, which is a show I'm on our Twitch channel. We are also switching. Our Recharge will be immediately following the premiere of Charge. So head on over to our Twitch channel to get all the analysis and stuff from myself, Maki Pins, Coastal Crusader, Johnny Deathdrap. So immediately following, that's so 7:00 Mountain Time will be the time starting on the 27th every Thursday. And then Dudes and Belts Recharged immediately following on the Rocky Mountain Pro Twitch channel. And our rewind will remain the same. That'll still be on Sunday nights at 7:00 Mountain Time on the Twitch channel. And you guys can follow me at RMP Journalist on X. Lucas Bradwell on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, just follow all of our socials in Rocky Mountain Pro to get all the latest news. We also are going to have a big announcement about a local TV channel carrying Rocky Mountain Pro charge as well. So
yeah, that's going to be exciting. So follow-up question. So this coming Sunday after Never Broken, is it going to be the review show for Never Broken on Dudes and Doll on Sunday?
I believe so, yes, because I will not be doing the Recharged with the guys this Saturday, so I believe we are going to be doing a review show for Never Broken.
Yeah, because we're going to be otherwise occupied when the show is happening, but that doesn't mean that you still should all tune into the Dudes on Saturday morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, Lucas, great to have you on again as always, and I'll be seeing you this weekend in person at the Quarry and up at Archer.
Can't wait. Always a good time. Can't wait to see you guys.
Once again, a big, huge thank you to Lucas Bradwell for coming on to this edition of RMP Radio and help previewing this year's Never Broken Mile High event. Packed full of matches, lots of going on in each and every single one of these matches. And like I said, the moniker of Never Broken applies to all of these matches that are happening this upcoming Friday at the Quarry. Remember to get those tickets at rmpwrestling.com. Click on that events link, and then you can also purchase VIP access, which will get you the VIP matches that happen before Never Broken takes place. So that would be something else to look forward to this upcoming Friday. Remember, those we also are going up to Cheyenne, Wyoming, up to the event center at Archer. I believe the website is LaramieCountyEvents.com, but don't quote me on that. But the best thing to do, like I always say, follow Rocky Mountain Pro out there on the interwebs and the social media, rmpwrestling.com, also on the Facebook, the X, the Instagram, and the TikTok. I think we got reels going out almost every single day, every few hours. So we would greatly appreciate you to follow Rocky Mountain Pro, and then follow all of the wrestlers, the staff as well that are out there with Rocky Mountain Pro, like Lucas, like myself, all the wrestlers. I'm on all the social medias as well, so you can find me. You just got to spell out my name. You should be able to find me. Due diligence would neglected my duties as the merch coordinator for Rocky Mountain Pro. Please support the Rocky Mountain Pro and all of the wrestlers by buying some merch and everything like that. Right there's a call for some merch sales right there. Buy a shirt, a photo, a trinket, something, a memento of your experience with Rocky Mountain Pro. We would greatly appreciate that. And as always, I want to thank you for listening to this edition of RMP Radio, where pro wrestling is elevated.